Hi, welcome to this DCP web tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be giving you a quick demo of the new Windows 8.1 Update 1. So, first thing really to look at is when I go to the Start menu, you'll see here there's a power down button. Before you used to go through a little process just to shut down the computer. Now it's quite easy to restart, shut down and sleep the machine. Very easy to do that from this interface here, so this is quite a good update here, very useful. Also, to search, you no longer need to scroll to the side. You can just click on the search here and you can search the computer quite easily just by clicking on that little search button there. That's quite useful as well. Also, if we right click on one of these tiles, we can now see that we can resize them quite easily just by right clicking and resizing here. Before, you used to go through a slightly different process to do that, and they've made that quite easy. So that's a nice new feature as well. And you can also drag these icons much easier now, and just drag and drop them wherever you like. It's pretty easy to do that now. Before it was a bit clunky, but now it's working much more smoother, so that's a good update as well. If we look at the app list here, you'll see as default by name, but when we click on the letter A, we can easily pick other letters from here, so that makes finding applications quite easy. So if we click on I for Internet Explorer, we just can go straight to the letter I and find Internet Explorer, so that's quite useful as well. I found that quite helpful. Also, when you install a new app from the App Store or just a general desktop application, as you're scrolling through your apps, you'll see the new ones that have been installed. It's got the word new here and it's highlighted quite clearly, the new ones. Before, when you used to install them, it was a bit difficult to find the app. It would just be just a normal app install, or just listed like this normally without being highlighted. So it's nice that they've highlighted it quite clearly, and that makes life a little bit easier as well. So that's a good feature. Also, if I were to right click on Internet Explorer, you can see Finding Start. So when I click on Finding Start, it will highlight that application in the Start menu here. So that's quite good as well. If you want to check to see, especially if you've got a lot of apps installed and you want to try and find an app because you maybe put it somewhere you're not too sure where it is on the Start menu, you can easily do that by clicking on right clicking there and finding the app this way. That's quite good as well. Just this little button down here in the bottom corner, and that kind of minimizes the screen. So if you've got a lot of apps installed and you've got a long list and you want to scroll through them quite quickly, you can easily just minimize and then click on a section and it will go to that section. I happen to just have these ones on my desktop, my Start menu here, so I don't have any scrolling to the side. But if you've got a lot of apps installed and you've got quite a lot to scroll to the side, then you can just minimize it here quite easily and get access to them. That's a good feature. Previously, you was unable to. If I just go to my desktop, you can see Chrome here, Firefox, and also Internet Explorer. But I wasn't, before on Windows 8.1, you wasn't able to pin store apps to the taskbar. You can do that now. So if I wanted to pin this video or maps, for example, let's try this video. Right click on it, pin to taskbar. Now you can see it's on the taskbar here, and you can just access that quite easily from your taskbar. So just your common apps that you use quite a lot. So that's a nice feature. Also, if I were to open this full screen app here, when I scroll to the top, you'll see this little bar pop open, and you can minimize and close. This is a nice feature as well. Before, if you wanted to close the app, you used to have to drag it and drop it down here like this, but now you can just go to the top of the screen and close it. You can also minimize it. When you minimize it, minimizes to the taskbar, so you can access it quite easily. That's quite good. And when you move to the top of the screen, if you left click on this little icon here, you can split left and split right. There's a few other ways of doing this, but this is nice and simple now. So I can split to the right, and I've got my my application running here. That's quite a nice feature as well. And you can also have something like Internet Explorer running on the side as well. So you can have a full-blown app installed here. You can surf and browse that while you've got your traditional desktop apps sitting side by side. And you can just resize it and it will just resize the screen quite nicely. So that's quite a good feature. I really do like that. Let's just close this, and we can close this as well. Let's get rid of that. So also, when we go to the desktop, there's a couple of things that you may want to do. You can see um, these are not these features here are not really Windows 8.1 update 1 specific, but I have them installed on my Windows 8 anyway. And you can see when I move my mouse cursor down to the bottom, it minimizes or maximizes depending on where the cursor is. So when I'm off, when I move down, it it shows this taskbar. You can easily do that by going to the properties and selecting auto hide taskbar. So that's a nice feature that I normally use. You can do that in Windows 8.1 or this new update as well. You can still do that as well. Show Windows Store apps on the taskbar. So if you want to show these here, you need to tick this option, otherwise it won't show. So that's quite a useful option there. Also, if I go to navigation, when I sign in or close all applications on the screen, go to the desktop instead of start. So this is something that I normally install, or this is an option that I normally have running. So when I boot up Windows, it boots into the desktop, because I'm normally using more desktop applications than traditional, the traditional desktop like Firefox, rather than these Windows Store applications. These are more useful for like tablets and stuff, but it's up to you how you're using your computer. So that's really what I check off in here. That's quite a good option to have up and running. To actually get this update installed with these new features like this this power off button in the search and all these features I've just explained, if you move your mouse cursor to the top right hand corner here and then go to settings and then go to change PC settings and then go to update and recovery, you want to click this check now button, and that should in theory get your Windows 8.1 update 1 installed. It may have to install some other updates before that, and if it asks you to restart the machine, and keep checking now, and you should get this new update installed on your computer. So that should all work perfectly fine. That's how you get the new update. It should really do that automatically anyway, but if you're a bit impatient like me, then you can check now and get the updates a bit quicker. So there's not really much else in this new update version 1. Hopefully Windows will bring out some more features and make it a bit better, but I think these updates will improve Windows 8. So I hope you find this tutorial useful, and probably there's some other features that I haven't really touched based on yet or haven't found, so I will do some more digging, and if I find anything new, then I will do another updated tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial.